And so on you go now, you're helping executives and you're helping um, people on their, as you mentioned, on their medical journey
Hmm.
when they're
Hmm.
faced with critical illness.
Right.
So most companies plan for market risk, financial
Hmm.
risk,
Hmm.
operational risk, almost none plan
Right.
for, CEO
Hmm.
mortality.
Right. Or
We're
even
not immortal. We're
long-term.
mortal. We're
Yeah.
mortal
Hmm.
beings, right? So,
Right. Right.
and illnesses and incapacitation of sort. I think it's a blind spot on a
It
strategic
is.
level. It's a
Oh,
strategic
yeah.
negligence.
Hmm. Right. And that's what I focus on. I'm not the, oh, we're gonna help you through. No, I'm like, do you know how to delegate? Do you have a business continuity plan? And many don't. They simply do not have any of that because they never thought they needed it, right? Business owners, senior executives were invincible. You know,
Yeah, of
those
course.
things are not going to happen to us. And of course, the big thing is when they're told they have a serious illness, whether it's cancer or something else, they think they can't tell anyone because people are going to think they can't do their job. And so what I talk to them about is yes, you can. It is your option as to what you tell people. You don't have to tell anybody anything. If you don't, they will make it up. So
Right.
you might want to control that narrative, right?
Yeah, the rumor
Um,
mill.
yes, yes. And you don't have to go into detail. You can just say, I'm going through something medically. I need your help. And your employees should say, what can we do? If they don't, then you got a different problem. But but yeah, they can get through it. But the key is, how is their business going to survive it also? Do they need to have somebody step in and take over? Do they think, my priorities have changed. I don't want to do this anymore. Can they really have other people do part, some, all of what they do? And that answer is usually yes.
That's right. And you bring a very valid point um, where people are afraid of facing reality because they're worried about their job. That's such a silly thing. When it comes to critical illness versus job, I don't know. The choice is pretty obvious, but for some reason, and I think in the U.S. the culture is a little different when it comes
Hmm.
to that.
Right. Right.
I find like in other countries are more at liberty to share because they have some sort of a system protection, if you will, like social safety nets, etc. They don't have to worry themselves too much with that stuff. In the
Right.
US, it's a lot more competitive when
Hmm.
it comes to, these top positions and, a lot of people are eyeing you out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Am I going to be replaced?
yeah,
Um, and I think so many people here, especially at a senior level of management, their identity is their job, their company.
we become
Um,
married to it for
mhm.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I see that on LinkedIn when, say, it's a CEO, their LinkedIn profile, and you go to the about section, right? You've got a great about section. Somebody who is their identity is tied up in their business, their about section is about their company. It's not about them. And it's like, no, there's company pages. There's, but yeah, so it's how can we get them through this in a way that both they and possibly, and hopefully their business will survive.